Hello, and welcome to Real Life Happens. I'm Norma Kay. Today I will be reading Max Lucado. He did this just for you. Our first one will be, I thought I could get to the page, the parable, God's longing for you. Okay. 5-year-old Madeline climbed into her father's lap. Did you have enough to eat? He asked her. She smiled and patted her tummy. I can't eat any more. Did you have some of your grandma's pie? A whole piece. Joe looked across the table at his mom's. Looks like you filled us up. Don't think we'll be able to do anything tonight but go to bed. Madeline put on her little hands on each side of his big face. Oh, but Papa, this is Christmas Eve. You said we could dance. Joe forwarded a poor memory. Did I now? Why don't I remember saying anything about dancing? Grandma smiled and shook her head as she began to clear the table. But, Papa, Madeline pleaded, we always dance on Christmas Eve. Just you and me, remember? A smile burst from beneath his thick mustache. Of course I remember, darling. How could I forget? And with that, he stood and took her hand in his, and for a moment, just a moment, his wife was alive again. The two were walking into the den to spend another night before Christmas, as they had spent many, dancing away the evening. They would have danced the rest of their lives, but then came the surprise pregnancy and complications. Madeline's surprise survived, but her mother did not. And Joe, the thick-handed butcher from Minnesota, was left to raise Madeline all alone. Come on, Papa, she tugged on his hand. Let's dance before everyone arrives. She's right. Soon the doorbell would ring, and all their relatives would fill the floor, and the night would be past. But for now, it was Papa and Madeline. God's amazing love. The love of a parent for the child is mighty force. Consider the couple with their newborn child. The infant offers his parents absolutely nothing. No money, no skill, no word of wisdom. If his pockets if he had pockets, they would be empty. To see an infant lying in a bassinet is to see utter helplessness. What is there to love? Whatever it is, Mama Dad finds it. Just look at Mama's face as she nurses her baby. Just watch Daddy's eyes as he cradles the child. And just try to harm or speak evil of an infant. If you do, you'll encounter a almighty strength of love and of a parent is a mighty force. Jesus once asked if we were humans who are sinful have such a love, how much more does God, the sinfulest and selfless Father, love us? But what happens when the love isn't returned? What happens to the heart of the Father when the child turns away? Rebellion flew into Joe's world like Minnesota blizzard. About the time she was old enough to drive, Madeline decided she was old enough to head her life, and the life did not include her father. I should have seen it coming, Joe would later said, but for the life of me, I didn't. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to handle the pierced nose and the tight shirts. He didn't understand the late nights and the poor grades. And most of all, he didn't know when to speak and when to be quiet. She, on the other hand, had it all figured out. She knew when to speak to her father, never. She knew when to be quiet, always. The parent reversed. However, with the lanky, tattooed kids down the street, he was no good, and Joe knew it. And there was no way he was going to allow his daughter to spend Christmas Eve with that kid. You'll be with us tonight, young lady. You'll be at your grandma's house eating your grandma's pie. You'll be with us on Christmas Eve. Though they were at the same table, they might as well have been on different sides of town. Madeline played with her food and said nothing. Grandma tried to talk to Joe, but he was in no mood to chat. Part of him was angry, part of him was heartbroken, and the rest of him would have given anything to know how to talk to his girl once who sat on his lap. Soon the relatives arrived, bringing them a welcome into the awkward silence. As the room filled with noise and people, Joe stayed on one side, Madeline sat silently on the other. Put on the music, Joe reminded one of his brothers, and so he did. Thinking it would be honored, he turned and walked towards his daughter. Will you dance with me? Will you dance with your papa tonight? The way she huffed and turned, you have thought he'd insult her. In full view of the family, she walked out of the front door and marched down the sidewalk, leaving her father alone, very much alone. So that's the first part of this one. I hope you enjoyed. I'll try to get back on tomorrow and read the rest of it while the kids ain't here. Um, I hope you have a beautiful day. Remember, I love you, but God loves you more, and He's always there for you. So you all have a blessed day. Bye now.